week we are going to be working with HTML5 forms. And you guys are going to end up creating your own form. And then we are going to be sharing our creations with each other in the discussion forum. So you're going to start out with the web-based readings that all deal with forms and styling forms. And they're all fairly short articles. And then you will move on to the lecture demo, which kind of takes all of that little piecemeal information and pulls it together. Forms are something that you will be using a lot moving forward because we do quite a bit in the upper level classes that involves interfacing with database, and we use forms for that. So this is something that you will be using quite a bit. And so this first little section just kind of explains how forms are used. And then we get into all the form elements, and this is interactive, so you can kind of see how this works and what the different elements are called. And then we get into how the HTML involved in adding these elements to your page. And a lot of these form elements have attributes that you can add as well. And the HTML5 attributes were designed to do some validation. So they're trying to take some of that work off of the scripting languages, especially off of any kind of server-side validation. So we're trying to do as much as possible on the client side. So you will learn how to put the form tag together, what the different attributes in that are, and how they are used. You are going to learn about a mail to. So basically, instead of going to a database, the mail to comes through the email, but it only works if you have an email client on your desktop or laptop. So if you're using Yahoo or Gmail or any of the other web-based emails, that is not what this is going to open. This only opens client-side applications that you have installed on your machine. And I will also mention that mail tos are not protected. The information in them is not private. So this is nothing that you would ever want any kind of personal information sent through. So you're going to learn all about all the different HTML tags that we use in forms, along with the CSS that we use to help forms look good. Okay, and so when you are done with this, and you'll see there's just all sorts of examples in here, and you can also see what HTML5 added to forms. And whenever possible, I do have these as interactive, so you can actually see what that's going to look like. And I have the code that I use to create them. Okay, so once you're done with that, you are going to move on to the textbook assignment. And so you're basically going to be doing one form. And you're going to download it and the graphic that goes with. I can show you what this looks like. And your form information is going to be over on the left side. And you are going to have to key this in. So that's the bad news. And it is a lot of typing. I always copy and paste when possible. And there are several different sections to this form. But when it's all done, yours should look like this example with these different sections in it. Okay, and the bad news is you have to type all of this. So your first form is always kind of tedious, but the good news is after you get that first form, you can copy and paste the code into other forms and you can modify it. Okay, so yes, this is going to be tedious, but once you're done, you will have it. So you will have the regular form, the customer form, and then you're going to make a copy of the customer form and you're going to name it mail to customer form. And the only thing you have to change is the form tag because you're going to convert it over to a mail to. Okay, and that's it. You don't have to change anything else. The first form, and I'm going to point this out because forms are usually submitted to some type of script. I am going to have you submit to this form processor script. And what this does is it reads what you have sent and it displays it back. Okay, so I didn't want you to submit to nothing. So this is just going to read the data and display it back. And because we're testing, I'm using the get method so you can actually see the data up on the URL. However, if this was in production, we would definitely use post because we'd want all that hidden. Okay, so this is what you need to do for the textbook assignment. And then for the lab assignment, you are going to create your own form. And it can be on whatever you want. Okay, so let's get to that. I do have a couple examples that you can look at. And you have that, you know, the membership one that you just did for the running club. So you have a couple that I'm going to show you here. And then you have the one that you created that you can copy and paste form elements from and make modifications. So this first one is a technology use survey, and it's got all the required elements in it. Okay, and I did use Flexbox, so it is going to be responsive. The boxes are going to move and change depending on the size of the screen. And when this is submitted, it is going to go to that form processor. Then I also have a student preference survey. Again, this has all of the required elements in it. When it's submitted, it is going to go to that form processor. And this should also be responsive. I believe I did Flexbox on this as well. As you can see, you know, you're going to get a different number of columns depending on the size of the screen. And then once you are done with this one, you will be submitting done to the Dropbox, just like you're going to submit done to the textbook assignment Dropbox when that one is ready for grading. Now, once you've got your web form complete and you have it online, okay, then you're going to come into the discussion forum and you're going to post a link to your form. So that means you have to bring it up live. You have to copy this. You're going to highlight it by clicking. You're going to press Control and the letter C for copy, or you can right click and choose copy from your menu. Okay, and then you will be pasting this into the your response. So you want a link, and you'll see when you hit reply, this is how you can get an actual link. So you pick external link, and you know, whatever your form is called, you know, ice cream preference or whatever, and you know, your link, you're going to paste here using Control and the letter V, or right click and paste. Whoop. I must not have copied that. Here we go. We'll try it again. Copy. Oh, maybe that was the link. There it is. Right. And so you can see that you get a little link there. Okay, and then you are going to copy these questions and paste them in here as well, and then go ahead and answer them. Okay, and then once you've done that, you can hit reply. Let me cancel out of this one. Posting the link, answering the questions is worth points. And then you're going to want to review your classmates' posts and reply to one of the posts, indicating what you liked about the form. So, if you come in here and mine is the only one here, you can go ahead and reply to mine. I'm hoping that there are other things posted for you to reply to, but feel free to reply to mine if you want to finish the assignment. So that is what we are working on this week. And if you have any questions or if you run into problems, please let me know and have an awesome week.